You can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, Susie's listening. She's trying to see if we pop up on her phone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to just keep talking.
You can hear me.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up.
So, all right. So there we go. Let's see. We should be getting it. So here's what we need to take a picture of, Suze. We're going to go to settings. And so next week, we're going to go to audio. Take a picture of that so we know what we're set at. Hello, everybody. Mana, mana. Dee, 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 dee. All right. I think we're on. Do we have sound? We have sound? Well, I think we do have sound because Susie heard the sound. The sound. Welcome, everybody, to the Totally Tiffany Tuesday Tribe, Tuesday Live. Try to say that fast 5 times. Woo, woo. I'm so glad that you're here joining us. Mana, mana. Dee, 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 dee. We have a lot of cool things to talk about today. So let's see who's popping up here. If we've got some, Colleen sending us some messages. Now remember, the way you get into the drawing for the day is to put a comment up in the feed, in the chat feed. So either on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're watching. Tell us who you are, where you're from, or how long you've been hanging out with the Totally Tiffany Tribe, what your favorite product is. Maybe you're brand new. Maybe this is your first time. We'd love to hear that too. But you have to chat. You have to add to the chat. That's how we get your name to throw it into the drawing. So make sure you do that at least once in the first 45 minutes of Tuesday Live today. We never really know how long we're going to go. We just keep talking until we run out of things to talk about. So first thing I want to let everybody know right off the top is that we do have this posted on the website, and Colleen is going to add it to the feed today, and we'll get a link up on Facebook. And this is the Buddy Bag Product Grid. And why do we have this? To help you be able to know what fits in which buddy bag. So it's printable and downloadable off the website. So for those of you who are keeping a Totally Tiffany organization notebook, this is a perfect place to put it. So that if you do have questions about what might fit best in which buddy bag, it's right here on, everything's kind of on there for you to be able to, check those things out. So just an easy little, and we are working on these for everything. So eventually we'll have them for fab files and for paper handlers and for all of that stuff. You can add them to your notebook, but it gives you just a really easy point of reference. And I know some people like to keep them on a file on their phone. So if they're shopping somewhere and buying things, they know which buddy bags they have and they're going to fit in those particular buddy bags or those things. So they're a great thing. If you're somebody who likes to do a lot of stuff on your phone, they're a great thing to just have downloaded onto your phone as well. So that's my first announcement. My second big and really cool announcement is, now I'm not getting anything from Colleen, so I'm hoping that, well, people are giving us a thumbs up, right? We're not getting any no more sound. Okay, so we'll just keep going. Okay, so my first big announcement is for those of you who have ever taken a class online with Michaels. They do all these tons of free classes, and they have invited me to teach a class at michaels.com. We're going to put the link up. You can sign up. It's totally free. For those of you who are longtime Totally Tiffany fans, there's not going to be a ton of new information, but I am going to focus the conversation. It's the first half will be kind of general organization, like what kind of the basis of stuff, right? The foundations. And then I'm going to focus the second half of the class on organizing your cart. So if your Michaels cart. So if you have one of the Lexington carts from Michaels, the 3-tiered carts, I'm going to talk about organizing that cart and making it efficient in a bunch of different ways that you can use that cart in your workspace as well. So Colleen will put a link up to that in the feed. And I'll make sure and get a link out on social media a couple times too. But I hope you'll join us for that. It is going to be December 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you could mark your calendar on that now, and it'll be broadcast on the Michaels website on their class thing, but you'll get a link if you sign up. Okay, let's talk about what's coming up. 12 Days of Organization on the website starts tomorrow, and our girl Meg, now normally when there's a 12 days promotion, it's a different item every day. And I said, Meg, the Totally Tiffany crowd doesn't like that, because if you buy something on Monday, and then you buy something on Tuesday, you have to pay double shipping. Is there any way we could have 12 days of organization and run the 12 specials for all 12 days all week? And she said, yes, we can. So that will come up on the website starting tomorrow, 12 days of organization, and you will be able to look at all 12 packages. Now, just a little heads up on that. There are other specials that will be happening throughout the week that are only available on a single day. So things like, I don't know what they're going to be, but it might be $5 off of 30. It might be a double point stay, that type of thing. I don't know when those will be. They're random the way they do them, and they only come up on the day, so we don't know in advance. But the 12 Totally Tiffany specials will be up all 12 days. So you could wait till some other special happens that you're like, oh, I need points, I'm going to do it today. But also when you wait with the Totally Tiffany products, they could be gone before the 12 days are up. So just some things to think about. But it will be fun, and they'll be available for all 12 days. Okay, what's happening today? $10 Tuesday. So if you haven't looked at your email or you're not on the email list, you probably haven't seen what's on the $10 Tuesday, which is something we all love. And first thing, whoops, now I'm getting a whole stream of things from Colleen. Debbie Von Kosmerik. Nice to have you, Debbie. She's been here since the Scrap Rack's inception. I'm so glad to hear that. Scrap Rack is her favorite product. Lisa Nardone Devitt. This is perfect and exactly what I need to know about the buddy bags. Oh, I'm so glad. It's such an easy reference, right? So hopefully we'll get all those other things like the fab files and paper handlers and all those put together as well. Is Patty Abbott Hurd says, is Michael's going to start carrying TT products? Yes, for sure on their website. We are working on some placements in the store. Don't have confirmation on that yet. But hopefully they'll pick up the whole line and it will at least be available on their website. Now, we've had this conversation before, the inside track. It's difficult for the websites to sell things that are below a certain price point because of shipping. If they try to give free shipping at a certain dollar value and weight and all those kind of things. So that will mean any of the lower cost items like buddy bags will probably be bundled in packs of 2 or packs of 3. So when you see those things start popping up on Michael's website, if you look at, if it says Edna buddy bag and it's $24.99, you think, well, they're usually $8.99. That's crazy. It's probably because it's a 3-pack, right? So make sure you look at the details on what you're going to get. So everybody needs 3 Ednas, so that's easy. Maybe you already have 3 and you only need 1, then get a Crafty Pal and you guys can team up to get that, the deal that Michael's is offering. So, but just keep your eye on the details, because especially things like in that price range. It's just like HSN, right? They tend to bundle things together so that they can afford to give you a shipping deal or free shipping depending on what's going on. So read the fine point so you'll know exactly what you're getting there. Aisha Dennison, hi Aisha, good to have you again. Hello, Tiffany. So glad to be checking in to say hello and learn something new. I do learn from you every time I watch. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. It's part of the fun for me, right, to share information with all of you. So welcome to everybody. Okay, $10 Tuesday. I was going to start with the hot glue gun holder. Oh. So this is the hot glue gun holder. This one is all blinged up, right? So this is obviously the one I did for my office. It has a glue stick cup here. I have got my obviously cordless glue gun in there right now. It works with every glue gun that I've ever tried to put in it. Small ones, cordless, corded, doesn't matter. Has the glass plate on the front of it. So when the glue drips out of the glue gun, it catches right there and then you can just scrape that glue off. It is a great way to store your glue gun and have it accessible, all those kind of things. But one of the nice things about this is if you use a glue gun regularly and you set it down somewhere, it always drips onto the table or paper or whatever. It makes a mess no matter where you put it. So, kind of the best thing about the hot glue gun holder is that's going to catch those glue drips and you have a place to put it down. It works for obviously hot glue guns, but it also works for things like these guys. So I've decorated all of mine that I have in here. They come plain white, just so you know, mine are all dulled up. But so this one, where they're using Xyron Mega or the ATG. Those both stand up and they're really nicely. The adhesive doesn't stick to the glass. And that means when you're working with your ATG or your Xyron Mega, you're not setting it down and burying it under something, or and the adhesive's not sticking to something else. I just use a little glue stick cup at the end to hold other tools and supplies. So it works great for that as well. So really sort of multifaceted. Actually, the silver one, that's the one that belongs in the garage. So I have to steal that from my husband every now and again. This is just wood burning, a heat tool. So if you use these, especially to customize your scrap rack pages, or you're using the fuse tool, it's going to work to hold that as well while you're working with it. Obviously, there's nothing dripping. So, but this is a great place to store the extra tips and that kind of thing and have them available. But this one, I just used tissue paper on this, but it looks like it was all hand painted. So I just decoupaged tissue paper on it. So if you're trying to cute something up for your craft room, that's a great way to do it as well. So the hot glue gun holder, normally $16.99, $10 today. The Kirsten Buddy Bag, woo, $10 today, right? So Kirsten, she's our bigger girl. She works with the 9x6 pockets and the 8.5x11 magnets, right? So there's the pockets and magnets that work in the Kirsten Buddy Bag. The Buddy Bag, normally I think $15.99. $10 today. So if you love Kirsten, now I know we're running low on pockets and we're running low on the magnets. So if you don't get the pockets and magnets today, we will have more of them back in stock. So there will be more of those available. Oh, those are also something that is carried on scrapbook.com and on Stephanie Bernard's website, The Stamps of Life as well. So there are other places that you might be able to find those, but the bag at $10, that's a great savings today as well. The Scrap Rack Traders 12 storage page and is $10. The 12x12 binder, which is this binder, right? Whoop. Now, a lot of people use these to thin out the categories of their scrap rack, or they use them for traveling. So it'll hold one 3-ring section in the binder on the Velcro spine. It comes with this binder. So you're going to get the cover, the zipper cover, and this binder with this, with the binder that's on special. And then it'll work with any of the scrap rack pages. So whatever you're trying to organize in there, maybe you want to use it as a project planner where you're going to, sort your pictures and your mementos and get everything ready to go that way. This one, of course, is all loaded up with rainbow section embellishments. Great way to store stencils, any of those types of things. Now, the Traders 12 pocket page, which is this page right here with the 12 small pockets, is also on special today. So if you're looking for scrap rack pages, that's a great deal to get that at $10. Binder at $10. I think the binder is normally $18.99. They're really versatile. You're going to love working with them, and they work for storing so many different things because they have that big 12x12 dimension. So 12x12 binder also $10 today. The Nancy tote, $10 today as well. So what I've got loaded in mine right now is a rotating design board, a color book, Deborah bag with colored pencils in it. Just a super simple little tote, great for holiday road trips or keeping kids organized in the car, that type of thing. So Nancy, I think, is also like $18 normally. Maybe she's only 16. I don't know, but $10 today for the Nancy tote. So really versatile. This is a great time to be doing some of your Christmas shopping because this is kind of it, right? For making sure that you're going to get things delivered on time and quickly. This is the week to get all that stuff done. So take advantage of the $10 Tuesday and get some of that Christmas shopping done for your crafty friends, kids, grandkids, whatever it is. Okay, last but not least in the $10 Tuesday is the number 4 slide stash and store box. Woo woo. Oh, sorry. Before I go into that, let me check my lineup here and see what message I've got. Clarice Trudell says, "Hi, Tiffany. Where can I find the green-handled heat tool you just showed us?" Gosh, I have had this forever. This one is made by Walnut Hollow. So this is a wood burning tool that you use on low if you're going to work with it to do your scrap rack pages, to modify your scrap rack pages. The Fuse tool, Fuse or is it F-U-Z-E? I don't know. Fuse tool from We Are from American Crafts is awesome if you're thinking that you need it to customize the shape of pockets on your scrap rack. Now, there might be one in there. Susie's going to look. It's white and it has like a little fork at the end with a wheel that spins. Yes, right on top. Look at her go. She is on it. For a girl who doesn't know her way around the craft room, she's got it dialed in. So this is the Fuse heat tool also. It has the little rotator thing here. And it also fits when you have it all heated up into your stand. So depending on what you want to do with it, wood burning or crafting, the Fuse tool might be the best bet for you there, depending. But this is a Walnut Creek. Before this existed, this is what I use. This one is a little cooler, so you can burn through your scrap rack pages really quickly with this. So you have to do a little practice and then move pretty quickly when you're fusing pages together. But it works great. There's a couple of videos on my YouTube channel. If this is the first you've heard of being able to customize your pages, there's a couple of videos on the YouTube channel, a couple of blog posts on our blog that'll show you how to do that if you want to customize your pages. Okay. I was going to read the feed before I did the number 4. That was it. Patty Hurd says, love Kirsten. I have about 5 of them. I use one per company I buy from Gina K. One per companies I buy from Gina K and Picket Fence. Ooh, very nice. I love it. I love Gina K. Love Picket Fence also. Barb Patton says, Tiffany, what buddy bag do you recommend for the Nuvo glitter pens? The Nuvo glitter pens are probably going to fit best in, they're short. Susie, I think up in the bins with all the pens, one says like random or something. They would probably be in there because I only have a couple of them. Oh yeah, I see that right there. Yep, that is the one. Those are the ones. So depending on how many you have, these are short. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking that these are probably going to be in a Deborah bag, depending on how, like I said, how many you have. Let's pull out Deborah here. Oh, yeah. Susie's saying you have the measurements right there. I think it's going to be, no, not Deborah, Barbara, sorry. Yeah, Barb is probably, I don't have a lot of them and I don't even know how many of them they make. But Barb is a kind of a perfect fit. I don't know if you can see that in the, I can just stand straight up and maybe, right? So there we go. So this is Barb. So depending on how many you have, Barb is probably going to be your best bet for those. They're a little shorter than everything else. Oh, I'm going to these are what I'm talking about. So I'm assuming, yeah, glitter marker. That's what you're inquiring minds want to know about. But so Barb's probably going to be the best bet for those. Oh, here's my Barb here's my Barb, my Sharpie Barb. Yeah. Barb's your girl on that, but it's going to require a lot to fill Barb. So I don't know, maybe they have lots and I only have 3. And if there's a lot more than 3, I need to know. What did you say? I know, it's so sad.
Okay, we have another question that's from Don Messenger. Will the binder fit in Kalex?
No. Will the binder fit in your IKEA cubes? No. It is too tall for the IKEA cubes.
Will they stack on top of each other laying down?
In the IKEA cube?
Yeah.
Possibly. You could test it out real quick, Susie. So you probably have to move that paper cart and pull out the stuff that's on the shelf right there, but give it a test run. Susie's our official tester. It's like the Betty Crocker kitchen. We're going to test it out and let you know.
No, I'm telling you right now, it's not even close.
No, she's saying nay on that. It's too wide. They'll stand up on your paper cart. If you have the Totally Tiffany paper cart, they'll stand up on the paper cart. but they will not fit in the Ikea Calyx or Expedit. They will, I believe, fit in like the Michaels Cube, the Jetmax Cube it used to be called, because those are a little bigger than the Ikea Cube, but they will not fit in the Ikea Cube. Sorry about that. I try to make everything fit in there, but just by virtue of the fact that you have to have the extra space for the zipper, and also when you have a binder open, the pages go to a certain place, and then when you close it, it pushes the pages forward, which means you need extra space at the end of the binder, and that kind of put the whole kibosh on the IKEA Cube. So, all right. Jackie says they have about 22 Nuvo glitter markers. So that's probably, then Barbara's probably going to be perfect. Thank you for that, Jackie. Okay. Slide Station Store number 4, our good friend Gliding Glenda glides in and out of your shelf with all of your goodies. What do I have? So I'm going to pull off a couple of 4s here. So this is a 4. I've got tall acrylics. I've got Mod Podge size, armor etch, those guys. So about this size of Mod Podge is a perfect fit in here for bottles and jars. And then of course your longer acrylic paints are going to be perfect in there as well. So this is number 4. Now she's on sale, pack of 3 for $10. So this is number 4, right? A great place for your cutting platforms, whether you're using Gemini or Spellbinders or whatever it is, going to be a perfect fit for those. One thing we always struggle with storage on are things like this guillotine cutter, which has all these bumps to it, right? So it's hard to actually store flat because it hooks on everything as you're pulling it in and out. So putting it into the number 4 is going to make it easy to slide in and out. It's the perfect size, of course, for kind of your standard bottles of spray paint. As you all probably know, the number 4 is the thing that I use most out in the garage getting my husband organized. So before the show today, I went around the house looking for number 4s in other places. And so these are the ones that I pulled out. These are all the lids for Tupperware, Gladware, or whatever you call it these days. My age is showing with Tupperware, right? That's not even a thing anymore. So I have a big, deep drawer that I have the containers and lids in. I actually have 3 different Slide Station stores in there. I have a 3 and a 2 for smaller lids for smaller containers, and they're just in the drawer. So everything's really easy to pull out vertically right out of that drawer. So this is a number 4. Then I have, this is my sticky stuff, Slide Station Store. It's on the pantry shelf. These are syrup, agave syrup, more syrup, and honey, the things that are always sticky in the cabinet, mostly because my husband is the one who puts them away. I'm just saying. So this is all the sticky stuff. So it's easy to pull it out. If it leaks or whatever, it leaks into the box mostly, keeps everything clean. So pantry. This one I pulled out from under the sink. So I've got different chemicals in there, Goo Gone, Mr. Clean Sheets, extra sponges. So basic sort of cleaning category of stuff from under the sink. Again, number 4. And then you all know I live in the sunshine. So this is actually in the cabinet outside. And it has just a variety of different sunscreens in it, as well as bug spray. So a great thing for that size things. Maybe that's going to be under your bathroom sink, not necessarily outside in your cupboard if you don't live where the sun's out all the time. I also buy sunscreen. Well, you can see this one's brand new. You also see that it's been outside where it gets hot. But because I buy them in sets of 3, right, on Amazon, so I can get through the summer with them, which means I always have lots of them around. So a couple of the number 4s sort of corralled all of those things under the counter outside. So it's a perfect way to do that as well. So bathroom, kitchen, cleaning, sticky stuff, lids for your drawers, and then of course all of the stuff that you're going to fit into those number 4s just in your craft room. So a super versatile size. Gliding Glenda number 4 on special today as part of the $10 Tuesday. So don't miss out on that. Let's see what's popping up over here. Jana Stark says, any news on Spinders yet? I have some news. They have arrived at the U.S. warehouse. I think the question now is how to get them to you. So hopefully they are going to be on scrapbook.com sooner than later. I am going to make a big star there, if I can find my pen today. And I will follow up with that again. Actually, I usually talk about that on Tuesday, my Tuesday meeting, and I dropped the ball on it this morning, but I will bring it up and I will try to get some information out to you via social media as well on that. Let's see. Don Messenger says, will the binder fit in calyx? We already talked about that. And 22 Nouveau markers. All right. Okay, what else is back in stock? The A32, which means nothing to you guys. The 12 by 12 paper handler. Woo! It's been out of stock for about 6 months. It is back in stock now and available on the website. So if you've been waiting for that, I also found out today that the autoresponder. So when we run out of something on the website, you have this little opportunity to fill in your email address. And when that item comes back in stock, you're supposed to get an email that says, hey, this is back in stock. It is broken at the moment. So if you are thinking, hey, I put my name on the list for A32 for the 12 by 12 paper handler, I didn't get an email. That is why. So I'm sorry about that, but we are working on getting it fixed. But the A32 is finally back in stock. All right, let's talk about a few questions that popped up today. Ruth Williams says, not a question, but a challenge. Ruth is throwing down the gauntlet. Please accept the challenge and help me organize my sewing room. I inherited my mom's sewing stuff and I'm so overwhelmed on how to organize it all. Threads, needles, patterns, fabrics, pins, scissors, etc., etc., etc. Thanks to you, I have a craft room organized, but sewing is a whole new game and I'm totally lost and overwhelmed. Your mom and sister sew. Maybe the three of you can come up with a new sew organized challenge series. Oh, that is kind of fun. Even if all we did was not even a whole series, but even just a class or two. So I will see if I can enlist the help of my mother and my sister and talk about organizing. And even if I don't have any sewing things here, but maybe we can horn in on my mother in her sewing room over in San Diego. She doesn't have a sewing room. My mom has a place in Arizona also, but no sewing room here. So I'll see what I can do. I'm on it. I know there's road trip. We're going to the beach. I'll see what I can do though. Kathy Chatham says, what buddy bag would hold CDs? So in the case, I can't remember what it's called, jewel case, I don't think we have a buddy bag that will fit them. If they are in the paper envelopes, then they are going to fit in the Denise buddy bag. I didn't have any sort of case. Now, you may be talking about the big cases, like maybe I know the Crafters Companion CDs or DVDs come in that bigger case, almost like the movie cases that used to come in. I think those would probably fit in the Kirsten. Like you could probably get a library of somewhere between 6 and 10 of them in the Kirsten buddy bag if you have those bigger boxes. If you have the small, and honestly, if you took the divider boxes out of the Denise buddy bag, you might be able to get the jewel cases into the Denise buddy bag because you would pick up that little bit more extra space that they needed. And there's a little bit of height at the top with the Denise. So if you put them in long ways, they would probably fit in Denise. I have the measurements of the jewel case, but I'm not sure if that's the small thin one. There's like two different kinds. And I couldn't tell from this if it was the small thin one or if it was the bigger one. So I will hunt around for a CD case, kind of the smaller ones. You don't happen to have any of those, do you, Susie, floating around your house?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Susie says, yeah. So maybe.
Get rid of them. I'm a pack rat.
Maybe.
Don't listen to them anymore.
So next week, Susie will bring us a CD in a jewel case, and we will see what we can fit it into. I know for sure if they're just in the paper pockets, like you get them when you used to get them back from Costco with your photos on them, the paper pockets will fit in the Denise bag. All right. Debbie Sanfilippo says, hi, Tiffany. I've now organized the cabinets under my kitchen and bathroom sinks using slide stash and store trays. And I'm wondering if you'd consider making one that is a bit wider than Big Bertha in order to hold items that are larger in circumference than 4.5 inches, which is what she provides. Also for cabinets that are deeper than 13.5 inches, maybe trays with various widths, but only 6 inches deep to put behind the full-size ones in order to store items needed less often. And I think that is a brilliant idea. When I read this morning, I was like, I am so on that. So I know I showed all of you last week how we connected the boxes together in the new 12 by 12 storage and supply case. And I think we could do that same thing with the slide stash and store. This is why I love Tuesdays, right? You guys just get my brain going on all of this. So we are already working on, just so you know, my slide stash and store fans, we are already working on a shorter version that will go in short 10-inch deep cabinets, which tend to be the overhead cabinets. And I'm working on them to also hold ribbon. So a little bit wider and shallower. So for those of you who are my ribbon junkies who've asked me for years for a great solution for ribbon, I'm working on that for you with this new iteration of slide stash and store in combination with the 12 by 12 storage and supply case, possibly, so that you would actually be able to stack up those cases the same way we stack up these with your ribbon in them. So ribbon's lightweight. It's a perfect solution for ribbon. So I'm on it. I'm on it for you, my crafty friends. I love this idea, Debbie. If I can get this done, I hope that you will email customer service and remind me that it was your idea. So if we do get it done, I can send you a free set of them. So we'll see how that all rolls out. But I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. Woo! Okay, let's see. Oh no. So why am I saying oh no? Well, the binder fit the calyx. Liz Coke. Do you guys wonder how my brain works? Because I'm reading things all the way down here, answering something in the middle, and scrolling to the top from where I left off. So I apologize for all that confusion. Okay, Liz Coke says, I wonder if you can store 12 by 12 paper in the number 4 slide stash and store. I think that you probably can. Let's check it out. So if it's just a loose paper, Susie, can you go to the Totally Tiffany website and check on the 12 by 12 paper handler? Because I guess it's possible that it's sold out in a day, but it seems unrealistic. And so maybe there's a problem with the website if it's showing up as out of stock already, which is one of the comments I was reading. So, okay, so I'm going to say not great for 12 by 12. Because it leans so far over the back. And I have dividers in here which actually add more structure to the paper, but it will probably work. Put those in the right order. That'll be amazing. That was a 12 by 12 paper handler, but this is Big Bertha. So if you're putting something like your Scrap Masters in there, then you've got this extra plastic that's going to help keep everything straight up and down. So if you're using paper pockets or collection keepers or Scrap Masters, then you're probably going to be fine with that in the number 4 slide stash and store. But I wouldn't recommend it with paper that doesn't have some sort of support system going along with it, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Jackie Knoll says, what would store 8.5 by 11 folders? So, Susie, can I interrupt your web search?
The 12 by 12 paper handle?
Yeah. Is it showing?
Does it normally say out of?
It'll be red. The little
Oh,
shopping
yeah.
cart icon will be red.
Oh no, add to cart. Boom.
Okay, so there's a message here, 12 by 12. Oh, paper taker.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. That's right. The paper handler. So Vilma Fernandez said the 12 by 12 paper taker is sold out. The paper handler is back. I may have said paper taker by mistake. That's the paper handlers and with the pull-up handles. The paper taker we are sold out of, but I know you can get it on scrapbook.com. I know that, well, I don't know that. The last update I got, they were still in stock at scrapbook.com. So you'll be able to get them there. And I'm pretty sure, not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that the Stamps of Life website also carries the 12 by 12 paper taker. I think Stephanie has the whole line of paper takers on her site. So paper handler is back in stock. Paper taker is not. How tall is the high? Joyce Pearson says, how tall is the highest point on the number 4? Well, let's just measure it. I think it's 8 inches, though. I'm pretty sure it's 6 in the front, 8 in the back. Yep, 8 in the back, which is, for those of you in the metric world, just under 20 centimeters tall. So 6 in the front, 8 in the back. All right, next up, Mercedes Campbell says, do I use my Totally Tiffany password or CC for Inspire? I think either one of them. Your Club Inspire membership goes across both websites, so it just depends which website you're logged into. You're looking to use that password. Although you may have 2 accounts that just need to be combined into one as well. So I would, if you have 2 different logins, and or 2 different passwords, you may have 2 separate accounts, in which case your points are not combining like they should. And I'm not certain. I believe there's a way to merge those accounts together so that you can transfer all your points into one account. If there's no obvious way to do it on the website and you find that you do have 2 separate accounts, please email customer service and tell them what's going on. Maybe give them your login name or your username for both accounts. You don't have to give them your password, but give them your username for both accounts and then ask them if they can figure out how to combine those things together so that regardless of which website you're shopping on, all your points are accumulating in one place, which is what you want to do to get the best value. Do you have a question, Susie? Just, you were laughing at something. I'm like, mm-hmm. Okay. Sherry Yates says, good morning, Tiffany. What buddy bag holds 48 tri-blends? This is the Katie buddy bag, and it holds 52. I do not think there is one that holds 48. I mean, so obviously this will hold 48, but it will hold up to 52. The 6x6 paper taker holds 33. And the Sarah buddy bag, which I do not believe I have on the shelf with me today, if I'm not mistaken, holds 30. Oh, off the top of my head, I don't know, but someone does. Someone comment and tell me how many tri-blends fit in a Sarah. I should have that in my brain though, because I get asked that all the time actually. And that should be something that's just logged permanently into my memory. And the reason it is not is because we have so many options, I think, for tri-blend. That was hard for me to remember what goes where, not to mention the fact that we also have the desk-made, pen and ink palaces that hold hundreds of markers of different types. So we've got a lot of options on that, but someone will pop in, I'm sure, and let me know. Georgia Pete says a sewing organization class would benefit many of us. All right, I'm on it. I got a star on it on my list today, everybody. Jody Sargent, I just received my slide stash in stores and I'm excited you are coming out with shorter ones. We need those desperately for spices and meds. Plus, thanks for the idea for the lids. You may have just saved my sanity. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what it is about Tupperware lids or whatever we're supposed to call those containers. I don't know. Yeah. They're a mess. There's never kind of a good way to do that, right? Like you always are trying to wedge things in or whatever. So hopefully you have a nice deep drawer like I do, or you have a cabinet that they're in, maybe one of those ones with a pull-out, shelf drawer, and that might work great. But it does keep them vertical and they're super visual and they're easy to, you can see that I just have mine stacked together, right, with the little corner pieces so they're easy to pull out, but it makes it really simple. And again, I use the shorter one for the shorter lids. I don't have any shorter lids, but so if you have smaller drawers and you can't go vertical with your lids, you can use, I think this is a 3, right? My secret codes. No, this is a 2. Do I have a 3? Why am I not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this a 3? Yes. So the 3's a little bit shorter even still. So depending on the height of your drawer and what you can go vertically or horizontally with those, a different size might work well for you, but it does keep everything just stacked up right against the end of the drawer or the back of the drawer, wherever you have space. So it really was something that I was like, wow, this is amazing to keep all those things organized. These are my slide stash and sample stack right there. All right. Okay, but they always are kind of annoying. Okay, so I'm getting to the end of my questions here. So remember, in order to get in the drawing today, you have to have commented. So if you haven't made a comment yet or asked a question or shared something with us, you want to do it real quickly so that you can make sure that you get into the drawing. I do want to talk a little bit about this week's Get Organized Challenge, week number 12, which we wrapped up yesterday. Well, we didn't wrap up, but we kicked off week number 12 yesterday, Monday. And this week for Get Organized Challenge number 12, we're talking about adhesives, which is something I've never specifically spoken about in a Get Organized Challenge. So if you have adhesives all over your craft room and you're not sure what to do with them, I would definitely recommend popping over to Creative Scrapbooker Magazine, the 12-week Get Organized Challenge. There's a video there, there's a handout, all that kind of stuff. So it's just one thing that if you've been part of the 8-week Get Organized Challenge, it's never been addressed in that challenge, but there's some good ideas there for how to get that organized. And like so many of the things that we organize, when you start pulling all of those adhesives together and getting them organized, you're going to find out which things are dried up, which pop dots are no longer sticking to the tops or the papers coming off the back or the top, and they're more they're stuck inside the box that you have them stored in versus being usable. So you're going to have a little bit of an exercise in testing all of your glue sticks. I will tell you, when I did it, two things came to light for me. The first thing was that I had purchased refills for the Elmer's Craft Bond tape runner, but when I used up the tape runners that I had, I didn't know that I had any refills, so I threw away the runner. Now I just have the refills and I need to buy more runners. So just, again, something that happens to us regularly in the challenge is that we find those types of things. So gathering all of your adhesives together will sort of bring to light what you have refills on, maybe what you need refills for. And then the other thing that happened to me was I found that I had a lot of glue sticks left over from when my kids were in grade school. And since they're 23 and 25 now, that are they were dried out. However, finding them was funny because my older son, London, when he was a kid, that is when the purple glue stick came out, or when it first came to my attention, I guess. And they had that little song that goes on purple, dries clear, right? That was their advertisement. And London used to sing that little song, I don't know, all the time. It just, whenever he had to glue something. And so that kind of triggered that funny little memory as well. But anyway, so if you have not done adhesives, if you haven't even thought about getting your adhesives organized, it might be worth popping over to Creative Scrapbooker Magazine, 12-week Get Organized Challenge. You can search it. I'm sure Colleen can put up a link to that as well. Get your adhesives organized. That could be your challenge for the week. All right. Let's see. Ponce Alarcon says the 12 by 12 paper taker is out of stock on TSOL. Oh, okay. Out of stock on the Scraps of Life, Stamps of Life. Try scrapbook.com. Sorry, I'm just going to send you all over the internet today to find that paper taker. Janet Stark says, have you thought about a jeweler pocket holder like the scrap rack. There's a similar one going around on Facebook, and I thought Tiffany would do a better job. A jewelry pocket holder. No, but I will look for that, Janet. That sounds interesting. And I know jewelry making is getting really, really popular. So it seems like that would be a good time to be looking at something like that. But I will write a note. And check it out. Okay. This doesn't make sense. Let's see. Susan Griffin says, suggestion for a craft bag. Crafter's Companion made a big one for wired ribbon and they fit the cart. Problem is, she never made it. Cece made a big one for wired ribbon and they fit the cart. The problem is she never made it. Then there was you. Okay, Susan. I'm not sure what you're asking. So if you put up another post, Susan Griffin, I'm happy to answer that. Judy Mellinson Hurd says, wish Totally Tiffany was sold in stores. Well, your wish is my command, my friend. I want to let you know that we did. Some Totally Tiffany stuff is in stores. Hobby Lobby has a couple of SKUs. Joann's has a couple of SKUs. Mostly our desk-made SKUs are available at Joann's. That's the white wood organizers. These guys are available at Joann's. But we have a new rock star VP of sales. Her name is Kimberly, and she is working really hard to get those products into at least the bigger retailers. Now, a lot of your smaller retailers have access to Totally Tiffany because we're available through a distributor that they use called Notions. So if you have a particular product that you think would be great in your local small store, be sure and let the store owner know, because they are all available through the Notions distribution, which most, I think all actually small craft stores use because Notions carries everything. So it's easy for them to stock it in the store in smaller quantities than what a big box retailer would bring in. So let your small stores know that. But know that we are working and we do have a test placement going in Joann's. That's going to be an end cap with a bunch of the Totally Tiffany products on it. I don't know when that's going to come out. It takes, I don't know if you know this either. It takes the big stores a long time to do what they call a reset. So when they commit to something from a manufacturer, they leave it in the store for a long enough time to make sure that their customer base knows that it's there, and if it sells well, then they keep it. And if it doesn't, then they replace it or rotate it. And obviously there's the seasonal stuff. So we will get our first Joann's end cap. I think it starts in late spring. I will make sure all of you know about it and what stores it's in, because they always roll them out in test stores. But Kimberly, like I said, working very hard to get all of our products accessible in all of the big stores, so you guys can have an easy resource for getting the things that you need quickly, right? If you're doing something, you want to run up to Joann's or Michael's and grab something, it's so much easier than, well, I don't know if it's easier. It's faster than waiting a day on Amazon. But we're on it. We are working on it for you. And that is how we got on michaels.com, right? So we're going to definitely feed everything into michaels.com. And remember that scrapbook.com, which also ships really, really quickly, they are carrying the entire line of Totally Tiffany products as well. So you can, as long as it's in stock. And we try to keep those retailers in stock as best we can all the time. So scrapbook.com could be a good resource. Okay, Sue Rain says, I would love to be able to get the 8x6x4 supply bin for the hang and hold separately. Any place that has that. 8x6x4. I would look at scrapbook.com. Oh, Stamps of Life. Look on Stephanie's website, thestampsoflife.com. I think she has all of the individual components for hang and hold. So definitely check her website. when you get to the Stamps of Life, one of the options in the menu down the left side is Totally Tiffany Organizations or Totally Tiffany Storage or something like that. Click on that and scroll through. I was just looking through there and I remember seeing a lot of the hang and hold stuff pop up when I was on her site looking at her new goodies today. So that could be a great resource for that as well. Shar says, thank you so much, Tiffany, for all of your products and your classes and your organizing hints. I have a very small craft room shared with a large German Shepherd. Finding you has been a godsend. Well, I am a huge dog lover, so I am thrilled that that is who is helping you craft in your craft room. So thank you so much for saying that. You know, really, one of the things that I've talked about sort of for years is that it's almost better to have a very well organized small space than a giant room, a giant craft room where you have to physically get up. And some of you have watched a couple of videos where I've taken a space and sort of brought it in around me. So creating that U shape around you with your desk and just being able to rotate in your chair and grab whatever, you really can, with the right storage tools and the right system, be able to organize a lot of stuff in a small space and have it all right at your fingertips. So I'm so glad that that's working out for you. And I'm also glad that you found me. So, okay, let's see. Sarah Raymond Schrader says, woohoo, I had an empty Denise bag. Oh, just put all my pictures on CD in it while watching this. No longer in a box and fit on the shelf with my other buddy bags. So Sarah Schrader, do you have them? Are they in jewel cases? Are they in plastic cases? Or are they just in the paper envelopes? And about how many do you think you got in there? And way to go on having the extra Denise bag handy. Woo woo. I love that. All right. Okay, let me take a quick look and make sure I haven't missed anything here. Susie, have you seen anything pop up that we didn't get to there?
I have not.
All right, so I think we are set. So remember, you can download your Buddy Bag Grid, and I'm going to add to that Denise bag CDs in envelopes. Oh, I'm going to ask for it to be added because, especially with so many photo CDs, that might be a great choice. So you can download this and have it handy for your reference for everything. There is one of these also for the Slide Stash and Store. I forgot about that. I just call this S3 grid link. So we'll put another link up. I've been trying to do a post after every Tuesday Live called Tuesday Live Takeaways, where I put all the links for all the things I talked about in one post. So watch for that. I will try to get that done today as well so that you can just refer to one place to find those things. But there is a product grid for Slide Stash and Store, which gives you those front and back height dimensions and the width dimensions. Of course, all at this point, they're all 13.5 inches long. All right, let's see.
Okay, quick question.
Okay.
What's the difference between the binder behind you and the binder for the $10 Tuesday?
So this is a project planner, memento keeper bind. Oh, sorry, you might not have heard that. The question is, what is the difference between this binder, the one that was behind me, and the zipper binder? So this is the project planner. It comes preloaded. So it has big pockets on the inside covers, front and back, and it comes preloaded with project planner pages, which are thick gusseted pages. They hold a ton of stuff. You get 3 of them in the binder. It also, though, is a standard 3-hole punch. So these are scrap rag, perfect 6 pages. So it's a perfect way to plan an album, put your pictures in, put your mementos in. It holds 12 by 12, just like the binder that's on special today, but the 3-ring section is riveted in. You can't take the 3-ring section out or swap it back and forth. So with the other binder, the 3-ring section is in there on hook and loop fabric, aka Velcro. And so you can take this binder out, which means you can swap this binders often on your scrap rack, whether you're traveling with them and you want to throw them into the binder, or whether you want to use the binder to store them. You know, if you're working on Easter pictures, you could have your Christmas stuff off your scrap rack and give yourself some more room in that storage binder and store Easter in there when you're working on Christmas. So it helps you kind of add some space to your scrap rack. So that's kind of the biggest difference. Obviously, this one does not have a zipper around it either. So that one zips closed, has a handle on the side, right? Yeah, it has a little handle on the side. and has a removable binder. This one is more of project planner or memento storage. So a lot of people like these because they're about the same size as a 12 by 12 album. So if I have tons of mementos, so this is all travel mementos that didn't make it into an album, I could store this binder right next to the album on the shelf and sort of have the mementos together with the completed album. But it's also a great way to project plan. So this is the project planner. I don't know if we have this on our website right now. I think they do have it on Home Shopping, HSN right now, though. So those are the big differences between the two. All right, I think that wraps it up, my friends, for a Totally Tiffany Tuesday Tribe Tuesday Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, $10 Tuesday ends at midnight. So just real quickly, the things that are available for those of you who tuned in late on $10 Tuesday: hot glue gun holder, Kirsten Buddy bag, Scrap Rack Traders 12 pocket page, the 12 by 12 craft binder, the Nancy tote, and the slide stash and store number 4. So some great options today in the $10 Tuesday selection. The 12 by 12 paper handler also back in stock, not part of $10 Tuesday. I think it's $9 anyway, so that wouldn't be good. But and also keep your eye on your email, because 12 days of organization starts on December 1st, 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of organization. There's all kinds of goodies and great bundles in that special also. So keep your eyes on that. Oh, winner chicken dinner. Let's see. We have a winner popping up here. Oh, congratulations, Jody Sargent. You're this week's winner. So Jody, I'm sure you've heard this a bazillion times. If you can reach out to prizes at crafterscompanion.com, that's prizes with an S, at crafterscompanion.com. They'll get you all hooked up with your online gift certificate and you can shop away. Ooh, what perfect timing too, huh? So thanks so much for tuning in today, everybody. If you are new to Tuesday Live, we put up a post usually Sunday or Monday that says, do you have any questions on Facebook? You can add your questions there, but of course you can always ask in the feed as well. Anything we missed during Tuesday Live, please feel free to email customer service at totally-tiffany.com. Just put in the subject line, question for Tiffany, and Leanne will get it over to me. We'll try to get it answered for you either right away or during the next Tuesday Live event. Thanks so much for tuning in. Great to see all of you today. Look forward to talking with you next week. Bye-bye.